Chutes and ladders. AEW Homegrown Talent. Hey everyone, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
Okay, hey everyone. Today is going to be a fun episode. We're actually going to do a top 5 ranking of AEW superstars that were homegrown. Specifically, that's the rule. Now, granted, some of these guys may have came from the independent ranking stuff, but we're talking about where they really made their name, and that was through AEW. This is going to be a lot of fun. Once again, Des and I are true to this. We have not seen each other's lists. I have a feeling we're going to overlap some of these like always. We'll see what goes on. All right, what are your initial thoughts on this?
I think this is fun. This just for the people listening, this is for those that have never had any previous like major promotion exposure, such as like WWE. So even if they did some indie work, this is their big televised program. So I'm excited. This will be fun to give, some credit to some really awesome wrestlers. So
yeah, absolutely. All right, so we're going to count them down from 5. Ladies are always first. Who's your number 5?
I picked Orange Cassidy.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Give a little run through.
I just think he's a fixture character. He is not someone that I would really think that would have been so popular just because he's so relaxed and so chill, but that's what he is. I always laugh because he always does the bare minimum, and I love that he comes out with the black JanSport backpack to carry his belt in. I'm like, oh, I had that in high school. But I really like him, and he's evolved, and he's actually really fun to watch in the ring. Very cool, and I love that he's showing a little bit more emotion now that he's now against Jon Moxley and what they're doing now. So I think he's just really fun, and he when I think of AEW, I think of him in that jean jacket and sunglasses.
Well, and just to kind of add to that, he actually was featured in the promos and stuff very heavily. Mm-hmm. Him putting his hands in his pocket and just doing those dives and such, are absolutely incredible. I wish they gave him a little bit. He could have that cool, chill personality, which is fine. I just wish they gave him more mic work. That's why he's not on my list. I really, really like him, but he's not. All right, number 5. All right, real quick. A lot of people, it's been brought to our attention that Des and I don't argue much on these type of things. Well, there's 2 things. There's 2 reasons for that. One, we're adults, and we know how to respectfully disagree. Cough, politicians, cough. But the other reason why is, we generally have so much respect for all the people about to bring up. I will say, I know you don't like this guy.
Oh, no.
That's why I brought this up. I know you don't like this guy. I got to be honest, though. I just think his athleticism is amazing, and I just think that he, I think his work kind of speaks for himself. I'm going to go Jack Perry. and listen, here's the thing. I to be honest with you, everyone's well aware of the fact that he's Luke Perry's son. They could have really driven that home, but they kind of haven't. And I understand why, maybe you don't like him as much in the sense of his storylines are dull. So sometimes you just don't, he may not have that it factor, but I just think his athletic ability is kind of top tier. So that's why I put him on there.
And I respect that. And like you said, even though we don't like the actual character or we're just not feeling it, does not mean we do not appreciate their work. So even though I don't care for Jack Perry or Jungle Boy as a wrestler, I get it. He's a high flyer. So, and he's strong for his size. So I get it.
Absolutely. And where that fits in as far as relevancy to today's storylines and stuff like that, I mean, we've said it before. I still will continue to say this, that, AEW is athletic elite wrestling, and you can put Jungle Boy with pretty much everyone, especially all the athletic wrestlers. So I think storyline, it's going to be evergreen for quite some time.
Nice.
All right, let's hear your number 4.
The Acclaimed.
Oh, okay. They're on my list, by the way.
Yeah, I knew you love them, but I think it it would be appropriate to put a tag team on there. And they really are homegrown. They started with AEW Dark and Elevation, and they're so much fun to watch. They're teamed up with Billy Gunn. They're like a comedic heel or even a babyface team. So it's just so much fun to watch them. And there's not much to say. They have that it factor. They're fun for the raps, and it's just, I love them.
Same here. I'll get to them in a second. And hey, listen, yeah, somewhat cheated because you got 2 for the price of 1. So I like your style because I did it too.
Yeah.
All right, now my number 4. I don't know if you're gonna swing at me because I'm putting him too low, but I'm gonna go Wardlow. I love Wardlow. Yeah, he's on number 4. I know he's up there. He's up there higher for you. Listen, the reason I'm putting him at number 4 and not even higher is because what you and I both talk about many times. He's not where he needs to be, but that's not even his fault. It's just because we're creative as him. But I absolutely love him. I think he can match up with pretty much everybody, and he's a wrecking ball.
Yeah, and I'm going to surprise you. I didn't put him on my list because
whoa,
I know, and the only reason being is because he's not active right now.
Okay,
and he would have been in my top 3, but because I haven't seen him in 6 months, I'm like, is he? Even though he's listed on the roster, where is he? Why aren't we using him? And I know everyone is so tired of me saying Wardlow this, Wardlow that, but he is amazing. But they made him very one-dimensional, and it's disappointing.
Yeah, I never would imagine a world where Wardlow's on my list and not yours. Wow.
But I love him so much, and
that I know.
He would always be my number 1 for AEW.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Now let's go to number 3. Who do you got?
I have Darby Allin.
Yeah, okay. Interesting.
Only reason why, and that's where I would have placed Wardlow, would have quickly taken him down. But Darby, it's just because of his presence with AEW. They love him. The fans love him. He's a very defined, consistent character, and him teaming up with Sting was one of the best ideas for him to have that push and be put over. And he's also a high flyer too. He risks his body, and I base it off of how much AEW pushes them and the crowd reaction, and they just love him. He's not on my personal list,
sure,
but as an actual AEW fixture, he is.
Okay. No, fair. These are all valid points. Since we're at a halfway point between the both of us, I want to bring this up as well. Homegrown, the reason why we kind of did this episode is because these guys are very unique, and they bring very unique skill sets. They're being pushed to a degree in AEW based on their actual skill sets. We talked about this many times. It seems like they only know how to book some of these athletic guys and such like that. So I think this brings a very unique opportunity for a lot of these guys. So I think it's actually really cool that these guys are able to shine in AEW, because maybe they wouldn't get this same type of push in other promotions. I realistically don't see Darby Allin being put over in WWE.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So, all right, my number 3, the Acclaimed. I'm kind of cheating because these are 2 wrestlers, but yeah, I mean, part of what makes great wrestlers are the promos. I always said The Rock is the greatest on the mic of all time. These guys, you can say, hey, this is John Cena-esque. That's fine. I mean, they're still so topical. Being topical and going to every single city and finding heat and having the crowd just time and time again, I think it's genius. And keep in mind, I think they write their own promos, so they have to come with fresh material, and it has to be topical based on where they're going. Mm-hmm. I love it. I think they're great in-ring performers as well. I really want them to win the titles again.
And the whole Scissor Me thing just is hilarious.
Yeah, exactly. You can't go wrong with that. All right, number 2. Who you got?
Dr. Britt Baker.
Love it. That's a great choice. Okay.
I love her. And, she really is Miss AEW. She started from day one. And what's great is before she was signed, she was only wrestling for a couple of years. And I think I love her smart mouth. She's great with promos. She's a good shit talker, but I love her in the ring. And she's a real dentist. So she's educated and can work it in the ring. So I love her. She's awesome.
I did not know she was a dentist. That's amazing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, awesome. All right. I cheated with my number one, and I'm going to go ahead and do it because this is our countdown. I have a 1A and 1B. So I'm just going to say them both because it makes sense. Instead of a number two, I was going back and forth. I was very close to putting this person number two, but I love her. My 1A and 1B is going to be 1A is MJF, 1B is going to be Mariah May. And I had to put, and listen, here's the thing. This is a man and a woman, so I don't think I kind of cheated, but not really, because, you can argue that they're in a different classes, which they are, but man, both of them. Let me just go one by one. Listen, Mariah May, I've been a fan from the get-go. I put her as Rookie of the Year and just Wrestler of the Year already. I just think she's absolutely phenomenal. MJF, when I think of AEW, I think of MJF. Mm-hmm. He's been in every major storyline possible. Anyone that is a top star, when CM Punk and stuff like that kind of came about, it was all about MJF. Getting that angle. He seems to be the go-to. Yeah. He's such a great heel. He knows how to strike nerves in everybody, given his his arrogance and stuff. He's great on the mic. He has that it factor of being a great heel. So I cheated a little bit. I should have asked you who number one is, but that is my number one. Who do you got?
Who do you think I have? I have MJF as my number one. All right, he is amazing. He kind of sparked my interest in AEW because I was like, who is this jackass? Like, who is this guy? And I love him. He is by far, and I'll say this time and time again, he is one of the best heels I have ever seen, and he is one of the best heels today. He knows how to work that mic, and he can back it up in the ring, and he is very protected. He is a character that is like he should be put on a pedestal for AEW because he brings the heat, he brings the audience. It is so much fun to watch him. And then even when you're doing your meet and greets with him, he stays in character and it's so much fun. Like you said, he's had feuds with everybody and it's amazing. And also, he's a champion. Yeah. He's, he can do it all. I love him, and he's so young. He's only 28 years old like this. Mm-hmm. He is going to go so far, and if he stays with AEW or if he jumps ship to WWE, he's going to be successful no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, I think for the foreseeable future, he will be in the world title picture. I think he'll I think he's just going to be kind of up there. And if you want to get to the top, you will have to go through MJF. And I think he'll either be chasing the title or have the championship himself.
He's like a little final boss for AEW. Like he's so much fun, and plus he's a fun actor. He's been in Iron Claw, and now he's going to be in Happy Gilmore too.
Oh, beautiful! You had me on Happy Gilmore. That's awesome.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, yeah, definitely. You know what? You kind of flipped me. So honorable mention, I'm going to go Darby Allin and honestly, Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy, I think he's wonderful. I mean, I think he's great. Yeah. Again, I only if they kind of gave him the mic more. I'll put Britt Baker as well. I think the women's division in AEW is just phenomenal. Awesome. So you have so many to choose from. So how about you?
I did have Wardlow, and I've already spoke that piece. I love him so much. The Guns. I love them. I'm a really big Gunn fan, and I've been watching them since they started with Austin Gunn, and then Colton Gunn came in. And it's just what I love is they know who their dad is. It's no secret, and they wanted to earn it themselves, so they stepped away from the Gunn Club and had their dad go to the Acclaimed and turn on him, and then they're their own faction, and they're just getting better and better every time I see them in the ring and their promo skills. So I'm a huge fan of theirs.
Sure. Absolutely. And listen, you picked some good honorable mentions for sure. Thanks. Oh, all right. That wraps up this episode. What do you think? give us your rankings of homegrown AEW talent. Please DM us at the Chutes and Ladders. Like always, please like, share, and subscribe on both YouTube and Spotify. Once again, my name is Jason.
I'm Desiree Josen.
All right. Until next time. Blades.
Bye, friends.